Ares is known as the god of war, blood, brutality and courage in Greek mythology. The story of Ares often represents the hardships and brutality of war. Birth of Ares. Ares is born as the son of Zeus and Hera. However, according to the story, Hera gave birth to Ares alone and presented him to the gods as a bull. In some versions, the birth of Ares results from Hera's anger without any fertilization. Ares and Aphrodite. One of the best-known stories of Ares is his relationship with Aphrodite, the goddess of beauty and love. Even though Ares is not married to Aphrodite, he becomes very passionate about her. This relationship takes place in many mythological stories, and Aphrodite's capture by her husband Hephaestus causes mythological intrigue. Ares and Diomedes. Ares is often shown in combat in the Trojan War. While defending the Trojans, Ares is wounded by the Greek hero Diomedes. Diomedes' ability to wound the gods puts Ares in a difficult situation with the help of Athena. Ares appears before Zeus on Olympus and expresses the injustice he has experienced. Ares and the Amazons. In some stories, Ares is also associated with Amazon female warriors. In these stories, Ares cooperates with the Amazon kingdom and supports the warriors. Hera is one of the most important goddesses of Greek mythology and is considered the goddess of marriage and family ties. However, Hera's story has been told in different ways in various myths over time. Birth of Hera. Hera is the daughter of the Titans Kronos and Rhea. However, just as Kronos overthrew his own father, Uranus, and seized the throne, Hera had to help her father seize the throne. Hera spent her childhood and youth raised by Tethys, daughter of Oceanus. Marriage of Hera and Zeus. Hera married Zeus, the king of the gods, on Mount Olympus. However, despite Zeus's irresistible charm and ever-opportunistic nature, Hera's marriage was not a happy one. Zeus had affairs with many goddesses and mortal women other than Hera, and this triggered Hera's feelings of jealousy and anger. Hera organized many intrigues against her husband in order to preserve the marital union. Birth of Heracles and his relationship with Hera. Hercules, born to Zeus' mortal lover Alcmena, was the son of Zeus. Before Heracles' birth, Zeus placed a cloud on his bed to prevent Hera from realizing that Zeus was his real father. However, Hera had a deep hostility towards Heracles and plotted various intrigues against him. The famous 12 labors of Heracles include Hera's efforts to harm him and Heracles' victory. Hades is the ruler of the world of the dead in Greek mythology and is often known as the god of the underworld. Kingdom of Hades. Hades shared the world with his brothers Zeus and Poseidon on Mount Olympus after winning the Titanimation war against the Titans. Zeus ruled the sky, Poseidon the seas, and Hades the underworld. The underworld, where Hades ruled, was a place where the souls of the dead lived, and often this place was called Hades. Persephone and Hades. One of the most well-known stories of Hades is that he kidnapped Demeter's daughter Persephone. Even though Hades was the ruler of the underworld, he wanted to fill his heart with the beauties on earth. Therefore, he kidnapped Persephone and took her to the underworld. When Demeter lost her daughter, she caused the plants to fade and winter to come on the world. An agreement was made between the gods, and Persephone would spend part of her stay in the underworld, underground, and part of it on earth. This event is a mythological story used to explain seasonal cycles. Orpheus and Eurydice. Another story in the underworld of Hades is that of musician Orpheus going underground to save his wife Eurydice. Eurydice died after being bitten by a snake. As a musician known for his beautiful music, Orpheus was able to impress Hades and Persephone. However, there was one condition given to them. Orpheus must return from the underworld and follow his wife Eurydice without ever looking back. However, Orpheus looked back at the last moment to check that Eurydice was really behind him and thus lost his partner forever. Zeus is the highest god of Greek mythology and the ruler of Mount Olympus. His story includes important events that form the basis of mythology. The overthrow of Kronos. The story of Zeus comes from the lineage of Titans. Kronos seized the throne by overthrowing his father Uranus, but a prophecy told him that a future child of his would overthrow him. Thereupon, Kronos swallowed all his children. Zeus' brothers and government. Zeus' brothers are Poseidon, the god of the sea, and Hades, the god of the underworld. While Zeus rules on Mount Olympus as the god of the sky, Poseidon rules the seas and Hades rules the underworld. The deception of Metis and the birth of Athena. According to a prophecy, Zeus' first wife, Metis, would give birth to a very powerful child, and it was said that this child would threaten his sovereignty. Therefore, Zeus swallowed Metis. However, Metis returned by turning into Zeus's headache and giving birth to his pain by opening his head. After this event, Athena was born from Zeus' head as a fully equipped war goddess. His marriage to Hera and his government on Mount Olympus. Zeus married the goddess Hera, but Hera's jealous and angry nature often rocks their marriage. Zeus has many love affairs and children. As the king of the gods on Mount Olympus, he had responsibilities to ensure justice and order. Prometheus and the creation of humans. Zeus was jealous of the fire gifted to humans by Prometheus. While Prometheus taught humans wisdom and skill, Zeus had a hard time seeing this advantage he gave humans. Zeus punished Prometheus and imposed a series of hardships on people. Aphrodite is a goddess in Greek mythology associated with beauty, love, sexuality, and fertility. Although her story varies in various versions of mythology, she is generally known as the goddess of love and beauty. Birth of Aphrodite. The birth of Aphrodite is described in different ways in mythology. According to the most common version, the testicles of Uranus' sky god fall into the sea, and Aphrodite, born from the foam of the sea, emerges as the goddess of beauty. This phenomenon is the origin of the famous concept of aphrodisiac. Aphrodite and Ares. Aphrodite is frequently associated with Ares. Ares is the god of war, and his relationship with Aphrodite is told as a passionate and sometimes tragic love story. From this relationship, children like Harmonia are born. Aphrodite's pageant. One day, on Mount Olympus, a competition is held among the gods to determine which god is the most beautiful. In this competition between Athena, Hera, and Aphrodite, the most beautiful goddess Aphrodite is chosen by the decision of a prince named Paris. This event is one of the events that caused the start of the Trojan War. Aphrodite and Adonis. Aphrodite's relationship with Adonis is also famous. Adonis is the lover of the goddess of beauty and youth. However, this story comes to a tragic end when Ares kills Adonis as a result of a trick. Adonis' death is considered part of the cycle of nature and is associated with the transition to winter. Aphrodite's marriage. Aphrodite is married to Hephaestus. However, because Hephaestus was ugly and had hard working conditions, Aphrodite had an affair with Ares. This situation has led to various intrigues and stories in mythological stories.